Hey guys, welcome to campground at Sioux River Flats. We're out here for the long weekend, and this is our view we get to sit in front of for the next 4 nights. We'll pan around and we'll show you the old, and we'll introduce you to the new edition. We're right beside the creek here. There's the other half. Alright, gentlemen, ladies, introduce you to the old. This is our 1978 Trillium. We've had it for about 8-9 years now. I bought it from a fellow that restored it, and it's in pretty good shape. It's got a roll-out awning on it, full awning. They class it as a 13-foot. It's actually same as a bowler. It's got a few more windows and opening windows than a bowler does. We had a bowler about 15 years ago, and we sold that and did the old it's not big enough, and went 27-foot with a pickup truck, and then went 34-foot with a fifth wheel, and we're back where we started, just with a little 13-foot, and I tow it behind my 2005 Saturn Ion. It's just a 4-cylinder. Yeah, the trailer is only dry weight about 975 pounds, so it's alright with the car on the flats. It doesn't like the hills too much, so we don't go too far from home, and you don't have to go far to feel like you're away from everything. But it's been a gorgeous little trailer. And as I said, we'll introduce you to the new addition to the trailer in a second here. We'll take you inside and give you a tour. It doesn't take long to tour the inside of one of these. Hang on. The kitchen, 3-way fridge, 2-burner stove, got a sink. Furnace down to the left. It's not, there's no fan in it, it's just radiant heat, but it's a propane heater. Fridge and the heater and the cooktop are all original in this trailer. It's been really well looked after and maintained, and the guy I said I bought it from had it restored, repainted, and redid all the wood trim, and the cabinets inside. And of course you got 2 little cabinets over the sink and the stove. He's got some checker plate he added for heat protection for the side of the stove. And these things are notorious, like the bowlers, of the top cupboard not being supported very well. So it's got some supports on the side that run from the countertop up to the base of the cupboard, and of course this checker plate panel gives it support at the other end. So these trailers all need that extra support. Changed all the lights out inside for LEDs, and the fellow that had it before me added a shelf over top of the rear window. And believe it or not, that window to the right hand side at the back is your emergency escape. And he built a little shelf that we keep our stereo on in the back there. And we just use a sleeping bag, and we bought some memory foam just to give it a bit more comfiness. And same as like the bowlers, the center table down there folds down into so you can make the bed. So it's you can make that up into a table if you want to. But usually when we're camping, we're outside. The only thing we do inside is sleep in it. Boil some water on the stove. We don't cook in here at all. And it's got storage underneath both right hand sections down here. And the freshwater tank is under this bottom left hand section. I forget how big the tank is in it for fresh water. and we just use a porta potty we store under the front seat here. It's got a tall cupboard. It runs floor to ceiling. It's got a little one up top, and the main one runs down the side here. You can actually, believe it or not, sleep 4 people in these trailers. Wife and I sleep back here in this bed, and this front bench will fold up. The back will fold up on that seat, and there's a couple of poles that hold it up when it's folded in the upright position, and it turns into a bunk bed, and we have a little ladder, so you could sleep probably 2 kids on the front bunk area. It's not wide enough for an adult, but for a couple of kids it would be fine. And we store the porta potty down in the bottom under the, it's got lots of storage in the front as well, under the bench on that seat. So yeah, that's kind of the tour of inside this baby. We love this little thing. Hang on, we'll go back outside and I'll show you the new addition. Right around the corner. Well, there she is. We added a 100-watt solar panel to this baby. And basically what I did was found a J-pole. It's almost like a setup for a satellite dish. So I mounted the J-pole on the front tongue of the trailer, and it stands up, and then I found a swivel 360 head for it and mounted a couple of aluminum cross rails on the back of the solar panel. Back one across there and one across there, and it wing nuts the swivel head to the solar panel, and it just slides on top of the J-pole, which is a 2-inch diameter. So I can adjust that angle of that thing up and down, and it'll swivel, probably 240 degrees probably around. We had a 50 watt on it before, and found that the problem I ran into is we have a 110 12 volt fridge that we take with us camping, and it had a 50 watt on it before, but it wouldn't keep up with the 12 volt cooler that we had plugged into it, because I want to try and do some more dry camping. Right now we're hooked into 110, and we're just testing the solar panel. I just got the mount figured out this weekend, and want to give it a test run. So she's up and running now, even though we're plugged into shore power. It's not really doing a whole lot, but it's kind of a dry run for it, and it works pretty good. This trailer's got lots of opening windows, and that's one of the big things that I like over a bowler, where the front and rear windows on a bowler don't open at all, where these ones have the Venetian blind kind of windows to them. There's 2 big ones on the front, one down in the back corner. Then there's another opening one on the back end of the trailer, plus the window for the escape hatch. And there's another one, of course, on the rear right-hand side. So it's got lots of ventilation, lots of windows to make it feel bigger than probably the 10-foot long inner space that it really is. And we'll show you a little closer up of this head on this rig. And I just bought the swivel head off of eBay, and just from Home Depot bought a couple of aluminum angle brackets and drilled it, and just used stainless steel bolts and wing nuts just to hold it on, so I can take it apart when we're not camping, and it doesn't stay on there when I'm towing the trailer. I just mount that when I get to where I'm going. And just use some U-brackets to U-bracket it down to the tongue of the trailer, just on a piece of plywood. But it's a great way to have solar on a trailer that you can mount it to the tongue. So maybe you guys trying to figure out how to mount solar on either a 13-foot or a 40-foot trailer with a tongue on it. You guys might want to keep this in mind. It worked out really good. Anyway, guys, that's our old versus old meets new, and we'll see if this 100-watt panel will keep up with keeping the cooler running, so we can try and maybe hopefully do some more dry camping. Anyway, guys, no model building this weekend. We'll get back at it next week, and we'll get you an update on what the new project's going to be. Right now, it's time to relax and sit down and enjoy this wonderful camping spot. Talk to you soon. See ya.